Because if you're not catching that person's attention right away, they're not going to be interested. So not only do you have to get very targeted in the ads that you're running, but your ad has to be real quick, real short, real straightforward, as fast as possible.
We interrupt this program to bring you this important message. Welcome to Marketing Interruption, a daily podcast powered by BlueTuskr that interrupts your day with marketing news, tips and strategies from an entrepreneur who lives and breathes marketing. Now, let the interruption begin with your host, Andrew Maff.
Hello and welcome to episode number 9 of Marketing Interruption. I'm your host, Andrew Maff, and today we're going to be sticking to our theme of YouTube, and we're going to be talking about leveraging YouTube ads to drive more quality leads and sales and purchasers and customers and all the fun things that us marketers love. So, YouTube ads. If you've ever tried them, chances are you failed at them the first time and you gave up, and you shouldn't have done that. So, YouTube ads are an amazing thing. They work very, very well. And if you weren't successful at it before, you probably just didn't do something correctly. And I know that is not a nice way to approach it, but it's true. Every time I've ever spoken with anyone, so far I'm batting 100 for this, where they said YouTube ads don't work for us, it's turned out to be wrong. So one of the interesting things I found is when you go into Google and you set it up, a lot of people, they'll do a channel, they'll target a specific channel, they'll target a specific category, and then their content and the video and the YouTube, the ad that they use is just not up to a high enough standard. So you have to think about not only the video that you're choosing, you have to think about how old that video is. You know what? Let me backtrack. Just in case, for anyone who's unaware, you run these ads on Google, in Google Ads Manager, and you can select a channel, you can select a category, you can select a specific video that you want to run your video ad on. Any obnoxiously long video isn't going to do as well. And the skip ad option shows up sometimes anywhere between 5 to 15 seconds, depending on the length of the actual video that person was originally there to watch. So what you want to do is whatever it is you're offering needs to be brought up in the first 5 seconds. Because if you're not catching that person's attention right away, they're not going to be interested. So not only do you have to get very targeted in the ads that you're running, but your ad has to be real quick, real short, real straightforward, as fast as possible. You can have a longer video. You can have it last, I think, up to 30 seconds. I never have mine go that long, but you can have it last for that long, and you're going to want to get that information out in the first 5 seconds, which basically means after like 15 seconds, there's not that much more to tell. Chances are the person's skipping the ad anyway. But moving on outside of the content, one of the things that you're going to want to think about is, maybe you picked a channel, right? You need to make sure that you go through and see every video in that channel and make sure that you're not running an ad on something that's completely irrelevant or you're just going to waste ad spend. Category, I rarely have success with, just because I feel that some people may use a tag in a video that is relevant to a category that I'm targeting, but it's not actually relevant to their video, and it can mess stuff up. And I've seen a lot of wasted ad spend targeting categories. The most success I've had is targeting specific videos. Now, one of the things that I like to do is I like to create my list of specific videos that I'm going to target, and I will write down next to them where their viewer count is at. And I'll wait about a week or two, and then I'll go back and I'll check those videos again before I run my ad. And I'm going to look now and see what it is that their view count's at, and I'm going to compare in comparison, obviously, to the original one I wrote down. What I want to do is sometimes someone will pick a video and they'll be like, oh, I got no reach and no one converted, but I picked this video that had like 8 million views. I don't understand. Why aren't I showing? And then you do a practice like this where you see like what the difference is. And what a lot of people don't realize is, great, you've picked this video that has a massive viewership, but the viewership's gone. It had a big pop and brought in a lot of people, but it's not anymore. So picking these videos that have millions and millions of views can sometimes be lucrative if they're still consistently getting views all the time, but they may not be. I'm not running an ad on Gangnam Style right now. It's not as big as it once was. So if you're picking all these specific videos, you're going to want to make sure, obviously, it's talking about whatever it is you're selling or somehow relevant. You're going to want to make sure it's exactly who your audience is. You're going to want to make sure that it's still getting traction, it's still getting views enough to your liking. And you're going to want to make sure that the current response to that video is relatively positive. So take a look through the comments, make sure that you're not running an ad on a video that's obviously not great, or people hate it for whatever reason, or it's highly opinionated or anything like that. So you're going to get this big old list of every type of specific video that you're going to go after. You're going to get this big list of where all the views are at. Then you're going to wait. You're going to look at it again. You're going to make sure you did that. And then you're going to run your ad. So now when you run your ad, you're going to want to check it relatively often, especially in the beginning. YouTube ads work amazingly, and they can also bleed very, very fast. I've seen YouTube ad spend get way out of hand because maybe you targeted a category or something and didn't realize you were going to spend as fast as you wanted to. But it's a fantastic thing to do. The other thing you have to think about is the ad that you're running, you can't ask too much. This person came to YouTube to watch this video of this cute cat, and it had 2 minutes. They had 2 minutes of free time. They wanted to see this cat. And then you run this ad in front of them, and they're going, man, I got 2 minutes right now. I don't care what you're selling. Leave me alone. I want to watch my video. So if you're going to ask too much of like, hey, we're selling this $500 piece of equipment, you should buy it. I don't care how relevant the ad is. They're there to watch that video. So whatever you're asking for, whatever you're doing needs to be real quick. So a lot of times we'll do a video where it's very relevant to the video that we're running an ad for, and it will then provide a little bit of extra value 9 times out of 10 on a gated content side. I usually won't go directly for a sale. I won't go directly for any kind of conversion. I won't say, hey, work with us for this. Typically stuff like that, it requires much more of a thought process. But if you're targeting, let's say, a how-to video, so for a SaaS company, you do, you do, I'm going to use Outgrow as an example. So you sell gated content ideas, so calculators and quizzes and things like that. I would run an ad on a video explaining gated content or how to set up gated content, how to do something along, how to drive more emails, something like that, run it on there. And I'm going to then offer, I'm not going to do a 7-day trial. I'm not going to do anything like that, because to me, the worst part about trials is that almost all of them you are required to give them a credit card, and most people don't want to do that until they feel like, okay, I am willing to commit to this. So I would offer a first 5 seconds, download our list of 500 gated content ideas. That's it. I just want your email. I will sell to you later, and when the time is right. YouTube is not the right time. It's much more of a top of funnel situation. So if you can actually get someone to convert, you're going to want to retarget them later, and you can keep working them down the funnel. But I never suggest to go for a big conversion on YouTube in most cases. Again, a lot of the stuff I say on this podcast, I'm sure I'm going to get some shit from different industries, and people who are like, wait, this works great for us, and it's very possible. And please message me, DM me, email us, whatever you have to do to explain how I was wrong, because I would like to obviously bring it up on the show. But in many cases, this is what I see. There are definitely specific industries where that's not always true. And I'll try to always make sure I caveat that. But that is what I wanted to touch on with YouTube ads today. And if you all have any questions, please make sure you email us at marketinginterruption@BlueTuskr.com, and I will make sure I go over them on the show. And rate, review, subscribe, and I will see you all tomorrow.
Thank you for joining us for today's Marketing Interruption. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show. And don't forget to email marketinginterruption@BlueTuskr.com with any marketing questions you'd like to have answered on the show. And head over to marketinginterruption.bluetuskr.com to catch up on past episodes. Until next time, we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.